So this is our EnviroNize Ultra Dry Mist fogger. This happens to be our portable flex fogger. This allows you to operate this and be more mobile. This is non-wetting, okay? So you'll see this is non-wetting, therefore it's not going to leave any moisture. Moisture provides mildew, fungus, and bacteria, but the non-wetting. So this actually allows you to do your disinfecting. Also extremely efficient on all of your electronics, your iPhones, your ATM machines, your keyboards, your computer, your monitors, anything electrical. The dry mist fog. We actually can fog people, okay? So we can fog all the clothing. And this was noted in Korea. They actually had people pass through and it killed all the pathogens 100%. So this is totally non-toxic. We're the only ones certified organic. There's zero residue in terms of contact surface residue. And this is 100 times more effective than bleach without the toxicity. This
Awesome.
is EnviroNize Ultra Dry Mist Max Fogger.
Are those available now if someone wants to order them from you?
Oh yeah, and this one here is designed for the housekeeping cart for the hospitality. This has a gravity-fed system, and it runs in here, and you just so you fill this, and once you turn this on, in terms of you can set your timer to any time, so you can just push this into the room. And this is like, right now, this is 50 seconds on, 30 seconds off. So you're going to find this fogging here. Let me just turn it on.
So in other words, if someone's hosting a wedding, and
Absolutely, yeah. So this is ideal even for the transportation industry. Just put it inside a truck, close the door, and your total truck is EnviroNized. So
that's amazing.
within about 5 to 10 minutes, you will see a complete haze here. So what's happened here is that we've actually dealt with all the airborne pathogens. And airborne pathogens is crucial in eliminating the bacteria because, you know, everybody's trying to deploy and trigger spray a hard non-porous surface. But unless you actually deal with the airborne pathogens, you're absolutely wasting your time dealing with the hard non-porous surfaces. So this again has a micron of 1.3, and basically up until now, this has been your only device that you've been able to deploy in terms of disinfectant, and that's your trigger sprayer. But you notice that the micron is about 30 microns, so it doesn't travel very far, and it drops to the floor. So the question I have, if you're going to disinfect a facility, if this is all you're going to do, then you're only hitting about 10% of your target.
Exactly.
We're going to hit 100% of our target. We still want you to use this, but you need to deal with the airborne pathogens.
Now, Phil,
Exactly.
can you just explain your hand sanitizer? Because when you have all these commercial buildings in downtown Toronto and they want to install hand sanitizers at every elevator.
This thing is you can put, I know why, because I had it in back. There, now. Okay, so we're going to be displacing proprietary cartridges here. These are a real problem in terms of recycling. These are made out of high density polypropylene. This is the worst type of product to recycle. PET is probably the best, but this is what you're going to find in all your Perel and all your Avmore type proprietary cartridges. These are extremely expensive to the client. These run about $16 a piece. You only get 83 hand sanitizing out of it, and as you can see, it doesn't all dispense out of here, so you're actually wasting about 10 to 15%. One of the other biggest problems I want to note is the fact that Perel has been cited by the FDA by making false claims. They've been asked to amend their documentation in that regard, but the more important of that issue is the fact that Perel is made out of about 70+% ethanol. And the new high now at school is that the kids are breaking into the Perel dispensers and drinking the actual alcohol content in Perel. And if you Google Perel alcohol poisoning, you will see all of the media attention that this is getting, because the kids are ending up in medical wards getting detox from the alcohol poisoning. The next biggest area is the fact that these same kids are taking the gel portion of the Perel highly concentrated ethanol, and they're coating their hands with them and lighting their hands on fire. And this has now caused serious injury to smaller kids who look at this as, hey, you know, this is a kind of a hilarious situation. They don't understand how critical it is. And because it's fire, they have a tendency of moving their hands, and wherever the gel lands is like napalm. That's where you have your fire. So EnviroNize has come out with its own cleansing wash hand dispensers here. And we actually are working in reverse of Perel, where we don't have a proprietary cartridge. We actually have one that you actually refill, okay? So what you're doing is you're going to refill this from a larger container, like a 4-liter container, and the savings is absolutely huge. And you'll be able to reuse this over and over again. One of the other significant things is the fact that you're not only going to cleanse your hands and remove it from all the bacteria, but because of EnviroNize has a saline solution to it, it is an unbelievable cleansing agent for wound care. So if you have any cuts or wounds in your hand, it's actually going to promote the healing. So in reverse, you've got Perel, which depletes the oils on your hand, and thus it's going to crack your hands and promote open cuts and wounds, whereas the EnviroNize cleansing wash will work in reverse. It'll actually promote the healing. So that's our cleansing wash. We also have our UV ultra low velocity fogger. This allows another version of portability. And you can fog here. You can do your carpet. This one here, you have to kind of stand back a little bit more because it does have a little higher micron, but what you want to do is be able to stand back about 10 feet and lightly lift that wall. One of the other nice features about this one is as you're doing the wall or whatever, if you come across electrical outlets, you still want to disinfect that, but this actually, if you turn the nozzle all the way off, it acts as a blow dryer. So it actually blow dries, so you just finish disinfecting along your electrical outlet. So, you know, all of our systems are designed to deploy a very safe and enviro-friendly conscious solution, but allows you to completely hit 100% of your target in terms of disinfecting and do it in a sustainable way, and that's what EnviroNize is all about. Okay, we're here for tomorrow, not yesterday. We can't fix what we've already wrecked, but we certainly can do something about the future, and that's where we come into play.
We haven't mentioned the bad word, COVID-19. What about it?
Well, you know, if you go on to EPA in terms of the United States, there's actually 5 product lines out there in hypochlorous acid that has been approved by EPA in terms of going head-to-head with the coronavirus, and we are an extension of the hypochlorous acid. So in that regard, we are definitely a contender in eliminating the coronavirus.
Thank you, Phil.